Chapter 2039. The Sealed White Star. The Starfire clan's White Star level in its ancient prime was comparable to a supreme. But now, its combat power is countless times weaker. Lin Moyu guessed that its current strength is at most at the Other Shore realm, and even then, just an ordinary Other Shore not as strong as a Saint Sovereign. After checking his own trump cards, Lin Moyu felt assured. He didn't need to worry. As long as he used his trump cards, this guy would undoubtedly die.
After 1,000,000 years of recovery, only one White Star level has reappeared. What a pity the ancient curse still exists, and your combat power is far weaker than in ancient times.
Lin Moyu's eyes flashed with brilliance. He preferred not to use his trump cards if possible. At the same time, he was also pondering how to truly eliminate the Starfire clan. He didn't believe there was anything in the world that couldn't be completely eradicated. It was just a matter of finding the right method. The ancient wars were too intense, and perhaps there was no time to find ways to eliminate them one by one. But now, Lin Moyu decided to completely strangle the Starfire clan, not giving them another chance to rise. The saying,
"As long as stars exist, the Starfire will never be extinguished,"
was something Lin Moyu would never believe. The battle continued, with stars constantly being blown up. The exploded stars turned into flames that couldn't be extinguished, waiting to become stars again in the future. The undead army also suffered losses, but they revived quickly, and their numbers did not decrease at all. The White Star crossed the vast starry sky, sweeping the battlefield with invisible rays. Lin Moyu released his warship and said to Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan,
"You two get in."
The two obediently got inside immediately. Then the skeleton generals threw the still-living people into the warship as well. As for the corpses, Lin Moyu collected them. The warship started and quickly entered deep space, flying away. The White Star level is also at the Other Shore realm, and its combat range is too large. If the rays swept over, Lin Moyu might not be able to protect Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan. With their strength, even a slight touch from the rays would result in their complete annihilation. With the warship taking a few people away, Lin Moyu could finally fight without restraint. The undead army faced the rays head-on, frantically attacking the star cluster. The White Star was not their target. The star cluster was. Rather than injuring 10 fingers, it was better to cut off one. First, eliminate the star cluster, then slowly deal with the White Star level Starfire clan member. The White Star got closer and closer until it truly entered the battlefield. Wherever its rays swept, whether it was the army rulers or the Death Dragon Knights, they fell like wheat. The skeleton generals couldn't block its rays at all. The undead army suffered heavy casualties, but they revived the next second. After reviving, they ignored the White Star and continued to attack the star cluster. The undead army seemed to be fighting chaotically, but they were constantly changing directions internally. The dead members quickly moved to safe areas. Those at the forefront were always members who hadn't experienced death. The undead could revive multiple times, using this characteristic to alternate and cycle, making the undead army impossible to kill completely. The number of stars was decreasing at an alarming rate. In the starry sky, there were clusters of flames, the dying bodies of the Starfire clan. But the undead army remained as numerous as ever. The White Star level Starfire clan member seemed to realize something and changed its target, rushing towards Lin Moyu. It seemed to think that killing Lin Moyu would end the battle. Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
"It seems you have some wisdom after all."
For some reason, Lin Moyu sensed emotions like urgency, anger, and hatred from the White Star. Wisdom had greatly weakened under the curse, even losing the ability to speak, but some instincts remained. Seeing its kin die in explosions naturally made it feel uncomfortable. Rays swept towards Lin Moyu, but he sensed them early and dodged slightly.
"I've been waiting for you."
A peculiar aura emerged from Lin Moyu, and his realm rapidly ascended. Original spell, Power Gathering. His realm quickly broke through to the 6th stage of the God Sovereign realm, then broke the barrier to the 7th stage. Threads of rule power were born, pushing Lin Moyu's realm further up. until he reached the 9th stage of the God-Sovereign realm. Lin Moyu's soul finally felt a sense of swelling.
I can go a bit higher.
Lin Moyu gritted his teeth, and his realm rose a bit more. He reached the peak of the God-Sovereign realm, almost identical to Zhu Qiwu, now the Skeleton King. However, Lin Moyu's actual combat power was much stronger. After all, he had the water of myriad colors and the power of belief. After reaching the realm, the second original spell was also activated. Original spell: Strong Soldiers. His and the undead army's attack power instantly increased tenfold. Several stars exploded on the spot, turning into a sea of flames. Lin Moyu pointed at the white star. White star level spell: Time Curse. The white star trembled violently, letting out a faint scream, and its rotation slowed down. Then Lin Moyu took out an ancient talisman jade plate, and 10 drops of the water of myriad colors flew out and merged into the jade plate. At the same time, 100,000 units of the power of belief burned and also merged into the jade plate. With a movement of his soul power, he activated the jade plate. The jade plate flashed, condensing into a giant fist. The fist emitted a dense rule power, breaking through the God-Sovereign level and reaching the other shore realm. Lin Moyu had used the jade plate many times and was very familiar with it. An ordinary activation of the ancient talisman in the jade plate was equivalent to a peak God-Sovereign's punch. If the water of myriad colors and the power of belief were used simultaneously, it could break through the God-Sovereign level and reach the other shore realm. 10 drops of the water of myriad colors and 100,000 units of the power of belief were the best ratio. Any more would be wasteful. The other shore realm was the true limit of the ancient talisman jade plate, difficult to enhance further. A giant fist shadow formed in the starry sky, blasting towards the white star. The white star's rays swept over the giant fist, causing it to tremble and weaken. But the giant fist did not collapse and still struck the white star heavily. Lin Moyu faintly heard a scream. The damage bonuses from Strong Soldiers and the Time Curse all took effect, greatly increasing the damage caused by the ancient talisman's punch. A visible dent appeared on the white star, and the entire star was no longer smooth. Its rotation became chaotic, and so did its rays. Lin Moyu's mind moved, and the 5 skeleton kings disappeared simultaneously, then were resummoned. The 5 10,000-meter-tall skeleton kings stood in a row in front of Lin Moyu, like towering mountains. 600 drops of the water of myriad colors entered the skeleton kings and Lin Moyu's bodies. The skeleton kings' auras surged, and the rule power became denser, almost breaking through the God-Sovereign level to reach the other shore realm. Unfortunately, they were just a hair's breadth away from truly breaking through. 6 million units of the power of belief burned simultaneously, divided into 6 parts for the skeleton kings and Lin Moyu. A golden sword appeared in his hand. Although the sword had a notch, it was still good for slaying enemies. God-slaying sword. The skeleton kings and Lin Moyu swung their swords simultaneously, and 6 sword lights shone on the white star. With the help of the water of myriad colors and the power of belief, this sword was infinitely close to the other shore realm. 2040. Chapter 2040. The star is indestructible, the starfire is eternal. The white star became even whiter, seemingly brighter. But this whiteness was not its own. It was the sword light brought by the god-slaying sword. 6 sharp sword lights lit up on the white star, causing it to twist more violently, its shape constantly changing. The rays became chaotic, shooting aimlessly in the starry sky. Lin Moyu knew very well that even a being at the other shore realm would be injured by this strike, and the white star was no exception. After one sword strike, the skeleton kings charged forward. They swung their bone swords, continuously slashing at the white star as if trying to extinguish it. The rays hit the skeleton kings, and the parts that were hit were annihilated on the spot. The skeleton kings didn't care and continued to swing their swords wildly. Every second, hundreds to thousands of sword strikes were made, creating afterimages, and the white star became increasingly twisted.
Only one last strike left.
Activating 2 original spells simultaneously put great pressure on Lin Moyu. After launching 2 consecutive attacks without replenishment, he couldn't sustain it for long. Before reaching the God-sovereign realm, he might have only been able to make 1 strike. Now, being able to strike 3 times in a row was already quite good. For the 3rd strike, Lin Moyu entrusted it to the soul-slaying sword. The Starfire clan did have souls, hidden within the stellar flames. Under the cover of the flames, their souls evaded the eye of the undead. However, the White Star had already been marked and locked by Lin Moyu, allowing him to use the soul-slaying sword. In the soul world, the soul-slaying sword disappeared and reappeared in the real world. At Lin Moyu's feet, the river of undying laws appeared, representing his most powerful law. The dense power of death was injected into the soul-slaying sword, along with 100 drops of the water of myriad colors and 1,000,000 units of the power of belief. The soul-slaying sword shone brightly, emitting a dazzling light, as if it was about to regain its former glory. One could imagine how terrifying the soul-slaying sword was in ancient times. Its sect once used the soul-slaying sword to silently kill countless enemies. Millions of kilometers away, Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan both exclaimed in surprise. Qing Fei said in shock,
Why do I feel like my soul was pricked by a needle?
Shui Zhilan replied,
I feel the same way. It's really strange.
Qing Fei looked in Lin Moyu's direction, but the distance was too far for her to see clearly. She could only see a white star continuously emitting terrifying rays. Lin Moyu poured all his remaining soul power into the soul-slaying sword, pushing its power to the limit.
Go!
With a light shout, the soul-slaying sword disappeared. At that moment, Lin Moyu's aura plummeted, quickly returning to the 2nd stage of the God-sovereign realm, reverting to his original form. The world tree continuously replenished Lin Moyu's soul power. The white star, which was enduring the frenzied attacks of the skeleton kings, suddenly paused and fell into a standstill. Lin Moyu's expression changed, and without thinking, he turned and left. At the same time, the warship millions of kilometers away started urgently, diving into deep space at the fastest speed to get away. The white star exploded, shattering layers of space. From the surface space to the deepest layers, no layer was spared. The explosion's power and range were astonishing, with terrifying energy breaking the speed of light and spreading through space at an incredible speed. In an instant, millions of kilometers of the starry sky were shattered. On the main battlefield, the undead army collapsed collectively with no survivors. They were swept away by the terrifying power, far beyond their limits. The remaining star clusters were also destroyed on the spot, with all the stars collapsing collectively. The power of the stellar explosions was thousands to tens of thousands of times weaker than the white star's explosion, not even on the same level. Lin Moyu activated a 3-light talisman, quickly distancing himself, and in the blink of an eye, he was billions of kilometers away. Behind him, space collapsed, and the explosion's power swept over, blasting Lin Moyu away. Purple light flashed on his body, and his rebirth talent activated. The warship, sailing in deep space, was blown back by an irresistible force. The warship flew uncontrollably through the starry sky, causing Qing Fei and the others inside to be thrown around uncontrollably. Seeing this, Lin Moyu's heart tightened. However, he sensed that Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan's auras were still intact, and he breathed a sigh of relief. The power of the white star's explosion swept through a large area of the starry sky, ending the battle with its self-destruction. The undead army was reborn under the effect of the undying spell, quickly returning to its original state. With the help of his rebirth talent, Lin Moyu also returned to his peak state. However, Lin Moyu still felt a lingering fear.
No being at the other shore realm is easy to deal with, even one without wisdom.
The power of the white star's explosion was beyond Lin Moyu's imagination. The warship flew uncontrollably for a while before finally stabilizing. Lin Moyu took 2 steps to the side of the warship, opened the door and asked,
Are you all okay?
He knew they should be fine, but he still asked. Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan, still in shock, shook their heads, indicating they were fine. They were frightened but not injured, only bumped a few times. As small god sovereigns, a few bumps were nothing. The warship had shielded them from all attacks. Lin Moyu glanced at the warship and smiled bitterly.
We'll have to repair it again when we get back.
The warship was severely damaged and needed major repairs.
You stay here, don't come over yet.
Lin Moyu left a Death Dragon Knight army to protect them and quickly returned to the battlefield. The starry sky was filled with space cracks, and the power of the world was repairing them. The white star was gone, leaving behind a flame. The flame looked like ordinary stellar fire, but Lin Moyu saw a white light at its center.
Becoming a white star shouldn't be a coincidence. It seems that in ancient times, it was also at the white star level, which is why it became a white star this time. There should have been more than one white star back then, but now there's only one left. Where did the other white stars go? Isn't it said that the Starfire clan can't be killed? Why are there no more white stars? And the so-called billions of Starfire clan members, now there are less than 100,000 left. Where did the rest go? The Starfire clan must have a way to be killed. They could be killed in ancient times, so why weren't they all killed? Why were some left? Showing mercy? How could there be mercy in a racial conflict? Was it the Master's order?
One question was not yet clear, and more questions arose. Lin Moyu had a vague feeling that the mysterious master seemed to have intentionally left them. In the starry sky, clusters of flames burned fiercely. These were the so-called indestructible bodies of the Starfire clan. After many years, they could become stars again and be reborn. Lin Moyu began experimenting on them, starting with physical attacks. The skeleton kings swung their bone swords but couldn't destroy them. The bone swords passed through the flames as if they were in different spaces, unable to hit them. Next was the power of laws. The power of the undying law surged, and the power of death enveloped the flames, trying to extinguish them. But the flames continued to burn fiercely under the power of death, unaffected. Lin Moyu frowned, deep in thought. 2041. Chapter 2041. Runes formed by planets. The bodies left behind by the Starfire clan after death are not true physical entities. Although visible, they exist between reality and illusion, and what is seen is not what is obtained. Lin Moyu removed all defenses and reached out to touch the flames, feeling no temperature at all. He tried to envelop the flames with the bone hell, but the flames did not cause any substantial damage to the bone hell, nor could the bone hell lock them in. The previous white star, when it exploded, the mark disappeared, and the soul also lost its lock. Lin Moyu tried to use the explosive luck technique, but without a lock, the technique was unusable.
The star is indestructible. The Starfire is eternal. It seems it's not just a slogan. I wonder how they were killed in ancient times.
From billions of clan members to less than 100,000 now. 99% of them died. If they were truly unkillable, how did those Starfire clan members die? Lin Moyu was 100% sure that the Starfire clan was not truly unkillable. He just didn't have the ability to kill them at the moment. In other words, he hadn't found the method to truly kill them yet. What puzzled him was why, in ancient times, they left behind these 100,000 Starfire clan members and sealed this space. The fact that the Starfire clan was reduced from billions to less than 100,000 indicated that the humans at that time definitely had the ability to exterminate the Starfire clan. But why did they spare them and leave them behind? What was the reason behind this? Lin Moyu changed his perspective and stopped thinking about how to kill the Starfire clan. Instead, he pondered the reason for leaving the Starfire clan behind in ancient times. He summarized all the information he knew about the Starfire clan and re-examined the information recorded on the stone tablet. Lin Moyu finally discovered a clue. The stone tablet mentioned that the Destiny Heavenly Sovereign saw a future fragment from the River of Destiny, indicating that someone would enter this place. Lin Moyu believed that the Destiny Heavenly Sovereign did not just see some future fragments here but possibly saw more of the future. Lin Moyu had reason to suspect that it was based on the future scenes seen by the Destiny Heavenly Sovereign that the mysterious master made various arrangements. leaving some residual power of the Starfire clan, waiting for his arrival. Lin Moyu thought of the events in the Soul Spirit worship and the things left behind by the Saint Rune Heavenly Sovereign. It seemed that those heavenly sovereigns also made some arrangements for the future. Moreover, this stone tablet was obviously erected after the war.
There should be something left here.
Lin Moyu's heart moved, and the skeleton generals immediately dispersed, starting to search this world. Lin Moyu always held great respect for the mysterious master of ancient times. From the information currently known, the mysterious master held a very high status, seemingly even higher than the heavenly sovereigns. Moreover, under his command, there was a terrifyingly powerful army, which had many similarities with his own undead army. Heavenly sovereigns could leave this world and leave behind legacies, so there was no reason the mysterious master couldn't do the same. The more he thought about it, the more curious Lin Moyu became. Billions of skeleton generals conducted a carpet search of this world, not missing a single clue. In the warship, Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan didn't know what Lin Moyu was doing. However, they were sensible enough not to ask since Lin Moyu didn't say anything. Because of Lin Moyu's arrival, they were saved. Looking at the dozen or so survivors in the warship, all unconscious, their lives were saved, but whether they would wake up was still unknown. Compared to them, they were already considered lucky, so there was nothing more to ask for. In the recent battle, they narrowly escaped death again, their luck already at its peak, and they wouldn't ask for more now. Lin Moyu disappeared from their sight, not knowing where he went. They didn't know where Lin Moyu went, but it didn't matter. As long as the skeletons were there, Lin Moyu was still there. Lin Moyu randomly chose a direction and moved rapidly. With the blessing of the three-light talisman, his speed was astonishing. He wanted to see how big this world was. The flames were left behind, disappearing from sight in an instant. The distance was too far, and the firelight couldn't reach, making the surroundings dark and cold again. The Starfire clan's world was larger than Lin Moyu expected, bigger than any secret realm he had experienced. Apparently, after plundering the essence of the Starfire realm, they still left a vast living space for them. Lin Moyu traveled over 1 trillion kilometers and finally reached the edge of the Starfire realm. A powerful, invisible barrier blocked Lin Moyu's path. This was the World Barrier, also known as the World Wall, extremely sturdy and difficult to break even for a Saint Sovereign. Only those who had walked the path of the gods, the Supremes, had the ability to break the World Barrier, and even then, only the powerful Supremes could do it. Lin Moyu touched the World Wall. This was once a world, a real world like the Great World, not a small world. But they were not as strong as the Great World and were eventually plundered and annexed by the Great World. However, the humans still gave them enough space to live freely. At the same time, the Great World also protected them from being annexed by other worlds. Who was right or wrong, whether it was kindness or hatred, was unclear. As a member of the Great World, Lin Moyu wouldn't distinguish right from wrong. What he had to do was protect the Great World, which was the most correct thing for him.
What is outside?
Lin Moyu muttered to himself, pressing his hand against the world wall, trying to sense the outside world. The wall was not transparent, so he couldn't see with his eyes. However, with his extremely sensitive soul, Lin Moyu still sensed something. The world wall seemed to be constantly vibrating, as if something was hitting it. This impact was continuous, and the world wall kept shaking. Apart from this, Lin Moyu couldn't sense much more. With just this information, he couldn't judge more, so Lin Moyu had to let it go. Then he used another three-light talisman and headed in another direction. He measured the starry sky with his steps, drawing the outline of the Starfire realm. Gradually, the size and scale of the Starfire realm took shape in Lin Moyu's mind. The Starfire realm was circular with a diameter of about 2 trillion kilometers. Compared to secret realms, the Starfire realm was much larger. Even with 1 billion skeleton generals, it wasn't enough to cover this world. Although Lin Moyu was not in a hurry, he didn't want to waste too much time. He released all the skeleton generals, a total of 5 billion, to search together. Finally, the skeleton generals made a discovery. In the Starfire realm, besides a white star and nearly 100,000 stars, there were also some planets. These planets looked no different from ordinary planets, and according to the information on the stone tablet, the Starfire clan members who hadn't become stars were in the form of planets. So Lin Moyu initially ignored them. When the skeleton generals had explored most of the Starfire realm, a map formed in his mind. Lin Moyu suddenly discovered that the positions of these planets formed a rune. 2042. Chapter 2042. The Mysterious Master's Arrangement. The planets, originally shrouded by numerous stars, seemed to be in a chaotic and irregular position. Lin Moyu did not notice this at first. Now that the map of the Starfire realm was basically constructed and the stars had disappeared, Lin Moyu discovered that these planets actually formed a rune. It was not an ancient rune, just an ordinary one. Using his knowledge of runes, Lin Moyu quickly analyzed the nature of this rune. It was a directional rune with a very simple function, to guide the way. To know exactly where it pointed, the rune needed to be activated. Lin Moyu approached a planet which was the starting point of the entire rune. He injected his soul power into it, and the planet immediately lit up, shining brightly in the starry sky.
Indeed.
Lin Moyu smiled. His judgment was correct. This was indeed a rune. As he continued to inject soul power, the planet was fully activated, and then it extended outward, creating a bright band of starlight in the starry sky, connecting to the second planet. The second planet was also activated, and it continued to extend outward. The whole process was like an invisible hand drawing a rune in the starry sky. Lin Moyu continued to inject soul power, connecting these planets together. At the same time, a smile appeared in his eyes as he began to understand the arrangement of the mysterious master. The Destiny Heavenly Sovereign had foreseen his arrival through the River of Destiny. The mysterious master had planted a seal and a curse, greatly reducing the power of the Starfire clan, but still retaining some of their combat strength. If someone accidentally entered here, they would be killed by the Starfire clan. To kill all the Starfire clan here, one would need at least the strength of the other shore realm. If not at the other shore realm, one would need an endless army like his own to achieve it. To discover the rune formed by the planets, one needed to view it from a macro perspective. Activating the rune also required strong soul power, which an ordinary god sovereign could not achieve. It also required the strength of the other shore realm. Lin Moyu felt a chill in his heart, realizing the terrifying nature of the mysterious master. All the arrangements were interconnected. It seemed as if they were prepared specifically for him. Others entering would be of no use.
This is a terrifying existence.
Lin Moyu's respect for the mysterious master deepened. To be able to plan to such an extent felt like it had surpassed the level of a heavenly sovereign.
Let's see what you have left behind.
One by one, the planets were activated, and 100 planets were connected in a specific order, gradually forming a huge rune. It used the starry sky as its canvas and soul power as its ink, shining brightly in the starry sky. The moment the rune was formed, a bright white light shot out, turning into a starlight avenue. Lin Moyu stepped into it, and a powerful force surged from the starlight avenue, pushing him forward. Lin Moyu did not resist and went with the flow. The starlight avenue penetrated the surface space and gradually descended. As Lin Moyu was in the starlight avenue, he also descended. He entered the deep space and realized he had underestimated this rune. This rune could actually take him into deep space, proving it was not just a simple directional rune. Then he realized something was wrong.
No, the rune is not wrong. It is indeed a directional rune. The one breaking through space is not the rune but the power left in the rune, the power of the mysterious master. This power is very peculiar. I didn't even notice it.
Lin Moyu was slightly shocked. The mysterious master had obviously hidden power in the rune, and even he could not detect it. This showed how terrifyingly powerful the mysterious master was. Lin Moyu found himself accelerating, and with his sense of space, he knew he was about to reach the edge of the world. The Starlight Avenue finally reached its end, which was the world barrier. Deep space was not as quiet as the starry sky. Countless streams of light flew around, reflecting seemingly chaotic colors. The originally invisible world barrier was also illuminated by the streams of light. The world barrier reflected myriad colors like glass, looking extremely dreamy. At the end of the Starlight Avenue, under the world barrier, floated a light cluster. No matter how deep space changed or how chaotic it became, it could not affect this light cluster. Lin Moyu had a feeling that although this light cluster seemed to be in deep space, it was not really there. There was a strong sense of disconnection between the two. The streams of light in deep space passed through the light cluster without any obstruction.
Between reality and illusion. I understand, so that's how it is.
Lin Moyu realized that this must be the work of the mysterious master. He placed what he left behind between reality and illusion, so it was not affected by the outside world. This method reminded Lin Moyu of the Starfire of the Starfire clan. It was also between reality and illusion, unaffected by the outside world. Seeing this, Lin Moyu suddenly understood how to completely kill the Starfire clan. One must use the power of illusion to kill them. Knowing was one thing, but he did not yet have the ability to do it. In the light cluster, there were 2 boxes and a pearl. Lin Moyu had seen such boxes before. They were sealed with ancient runes. Moreover, each box's sealing rune was the same, but the method to open them was different. The key was the pearl. In ancient times, pearls were widely used to record inheritances and information. Lin Moyu wanted to know what information the mysterious master had left in the pearl. It should be some kind of inheritance. The inheritance of a heavenly sovereign could not be carried by an ordinary pearl. Just like the jade plates used today, ancient pearls also had different levels. The inheritance of the mysterious master could not be carried by such a level of pearl. If it was truly an inheritance, it would at least require a pearl like the one left in the Cloud Mist sect. Lin Moyu tried to touch the light cluster, and surprisingly, his hand passed through without any obstruction and touched the box. The light cluster was between reality and illusion, and Lin Moyu did not know how the mysterious master achieved this, making it real when he wanted and illusory when he wanted. That level of power was still beyond his understanding. He smoothly took the 2 ancient boxes from the light cluster and put them directly into his storage space without even looking at them. After all, he couldn't open them now, so looking at them was pointless. It was better not to see them and avoid the frustration. In the storage space, 4 boxes lay quietly, one of which was already opened, and 3 were still unopened. Finally, Lin Moyu touched the pearl, and the light cluster suddenly expanded, enveloping Lin Moyu. The pearl emitted a brilliant light, and within the light, a huge throne appeared. The throne was shrouded in thick fog, making it look hazy and indistinct. Lin Moyu instinctively felt that this throne was extremely exquisite and precious. On the throne, behind the thick fog, there seemed to be a figure. Then, a voice came out.
You have finally arrived.
The voice was calm and indifferent, and it was impossible to tell whether it was male or female through the fog. Hearing the voice, Lin Moyu's heart skipped a beat. It seemed that the other party had known he would come and had been waiting for him. 2043. Chapter 2043. The path of the gods is hard to repair, it can only be rebuilt. The words,
You have finally arrived,
caused a storm in Lin Moyu's heart. Obviously, this mysterious master knew he would come and had been waiting for him. Lin Moyu did not feel any residual soul in the pearl, which meant that what was recorded in the pearl was merely an image from the past. However, Lin Moyu could only speculate and could not be completely sure. After all, the methods of this mysterious master were too advanced, and perhaps he had used means that Lin Moyu could not understand to leave a trace of his consciousness. The mysterious master's voice sounded again.
You don't need to guess, I did not leave my soul behind.
Lin Moyu's heart skipped a beat. The other party could even guess what he was thinking, making him even more in awe of this mysterious master. Such a mysterious existence made him feel a sense of reverence. Lin Moyu did not speak. If this was just an image, speaking would be meaningless. There could be no question and answer dialogue between them. The other party just wanted to show him something, and he only needed to listen. The mysterious master's voice came through the thick fog again.
You don't need to speak, just listen and watch.
Lin Moyu felt a bit speechless. Did it have to be like this? This made him feel a bit foolish, as if everything he thought was being guessed, which was not fun at all. The pearl burst into a more intense light, the light cluster becoming increasingly bright, blocking the myriad streams of light in the deep space. Everything became unreal, and the mysterious master appeared even more mysterious. The mysterious master's voice sounded again.
I know you want to repair the path of the gods, but I must tell you, the path of the gods cannot be repaired.
Another sentence that completely overturned Lin Moyu's worldview. Lin Moyu was utterly shocked, his heart truly in turmoil. This mysterious master actually told him that the path of the gods could not be repaired. Lin Moyu roared in his heart. This is impossible. Since ancient times, generations of human saint sovereigns have been striving to repair the path of the gods. Not only humans, but saint sovereigns of other races were also doing the same thing. A supreme once told him that the path of the gods could be rebuilt. But he had to believe the words of the mysterious master. Lin Moyu wanted to refute, but the other party was just an image, and his refutation had nowhere to go. The mysterious master continued.
You don't need to think about refuting me. In the great world, my words are the truth. The path of the gods cannot be repaired. It can only be rebuilt.
Lin Moyu was suddenly shocked. The path of the gods cannot be repaired, but it can be rebuilt? His ears perked up, listening carefully. If he guessed correctly, the mysterious master would tell him how to build a new path of the gods. Yes, Lin Moyu guessed right. The mysterious master indeed told him how to build a new path of the gods. Repairing the path of the gods was a dead end, completely unworkable. Building a new path of the gods, although extremely difficult, at least had a glimmer of hope. After speaking, the pearl shattered, and the image of the mysterious master disappeared. At this moment, the Starlight Avenue vanished, and Lin Moyu left the deep space, returning to the surface space. Lin Moyu's gaze was slightly somber, and his whole being exuded a depressing aura. Previously, his goal was to repair the path of the gods, but now this goal was completely overturned. Now he had a new goal. He kept thinking about the method left by the mysterious master, his fists slightly clenched.
All right, no matter how difficult it is, I have to do it. Only by building a new path of the gods and achieving supreme can I have the chance to access the ruins of the great world.
Lin Moyu established a new belief in his heart. He thought it through, and now it was better than before. Previously, he wanted to repair the path of the gods, but he didn't even know how to repair it. Now, although it was clear that the path of the gods could not be repaired, at least he knew the complete method to build a new path of the gods. In fact, compared to before, it was a step forward. The slight disappointment in Lin Moyu's eyes was replaced by greater hope, and the oppressive aura gradually disappeared. The change in thoughts was so peculiar. When something one always wanted to do was shattered, it would cause great disappointment, frustration, helplessness, and even collapse. But at this time, when something new appeared, and it was more hopeful than before, the mood could quickly rise from the low point and move towards a new goal. Lin Moyu re-established his goal amidst the ups and downs. This extremely mysterious existence had arranged everything here for two purposes. One was to tell Lin Moyu that the path of the gods could not be repaired, only rebuilt. This was very important to Lin Moyu, preventing him from going down the wrong path. The second thing was the real opportunity left for Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu glanced around the Starfire realm and said in a low voice,
From now on, there will be no Starfire realm, and no more Starfire clan.
His voice was extremely calm, yet filled with killing intent. His figure disappeared in the starry sky, and at the same time all the skeleton generals also disappeared collectively. In the warship, Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan saw the skeleton generals suddenly disappear, and inexplicably, they both felt a bit nervous. Without the protection of the skeleton generals, they suddenly lost their sense of security and were a bit worried about Lin Moyu. Shui Zhilan said with concern,
Brother Lin won't be in trouble, right?
Qing Fei shook her head.
He should be fine. With his strength, it's impossible for him to be in trouble.
Although she didn't know the extent of Lin Moyu's strength, she felt that Lin Moyu wouldn't be in danger. Although she had confidence in Lin Moyu, there was still a bit of worry in Qing Fei's eyes. It wasn't until a few minutes later, when Lin Moyu appeared outside the warship, that this worry disappeared. Shui Zhilan said with joy.
Brother Lin, you're all right, that's great.
Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
Of course I'm fine. Now that things are settled here, we should leave.
Qing Fei asked.
Brother Lin, have you found the exit?
Lin Moyu nodded.
Yes, I found it.
The warship moved slowly in the starry sky. Although it was severely damaged, basic flight was still possible. Lin Moyu piloted the warship to a cluster of starfire. The crimson flames burned fiercely, and in the center of the flames, there was a cluster of pure white flames. This cluster of starfire left by the white star was the most special among all the starfire. Lin Moyu guessed correctly. The mysterious master had the ability to kill the Starfire clan, and these people were left intentionally. Back then, the mysterious master not only used seals and curses, but also left a backup plan. Compared to the seals and curses, this backup plan was the real ultimate weapon. It determined the life and death of the entire Starfire clan and the survival of the Starfire realm. And this backup plan required Lin Moyu to kill the White Star and obtain the image left by the mysterious master to get the correct usage method. Lin Moyu used his finger as a pen and his soul as ink, drawing a rune in the starry sky. The rune glowed faintly and flew into the starfire, drilling into the center of the white flame. The entire starfire roared, expanding instantly, engulfing the entire starfire realm in an instant. 2044. Chapter 2044. The Mysterious Master's Gift. The Starfire realm turned into a sea of fire, but strangely, Lin Moyu and the others stood in the flames, unharmed. Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan were shocked, unable to comprehend this transformation between reality and illusion. Lin Moyu understood better than them, able to see through some of it. The starfire was illusory, so it naturally couldn't burn them. In the sea of fire, the starfire formed by the Starfire clan members exploded one after another, joining the flames. The flames became even more intense, and the entire Starfire realm roared and trembled. The Starfire realm began to shrink rapidly, far exceeding the speed of light.
This is the mysterious master's backup plan, refining the Starfire realm.
Lin Moyu thought to himself, knowing what was happening but still feeling shocked. The mysterious master used the original fire of the Starfire clan to refine the entire Starfire realm. The method was unparalleled, as if the Starfire realm was a toy in his hands, to be manipulated at will. The Starfire realm, originally the home of the Starfire clan, was now being refined using their own flames. It was like playing with fire and burning oneself, not only killing themselves but also burning their home to ashes. The whole process was brutally cruel. From now on, the Starfire realm would be completely extinct. Shui Zhilan suddenly trembled, her face turning pale.
Brother Lin, did you hear the screams?
Qing Fei's expression was also strange.
I hear many people screaming.
Lin Moyu naturally heard it too. It was the screams of the Starfire clan, coming from their souls, chilling to the bone. The screams were filled with resentment, but there was no way to vent it. After all, they were killed by their own flames, akin to suicide. If they had to blame someone, they could only blame themselves. Lin Moyu said,
It's okay. If you don't want to hear it, you can seal your souls. But listening is also good. Hearing the sound of souls can enhance the endurance of your own soul.
Everything has its pros and cons. Although the soul screams were unpleasant, listening to them could indeed enhance the soul's endurance. The two understood this and endured the discomfort to continue listening to the screams. The screams continued for a while and then gradually weakened. The refining was nearing its end, and the entire Starfire realm was collapsing at an astonishing speed. The collapse speed far exceeded the speed of light, and the entire world was shrinking. In just half an hour, the Starfire realm completely collapsed, shrinking into a crystal the size of a fist, which fell into Lin Moyu's hand. The world changed, and the aura of the great world rushed in. They had left the Starfire realm and returned to the great world. Lin Moyu looked at the world crystal in his hand, a gift from the mysterious master, the essence refined from a world. Its function was simple. It could help Lin Moyu construct a rule world. To advance from the other shore to the Saint Sovereign, one needs to construct a rule world. The strength of the rule world largely determines the strength of the Saint Sovereign. Among Saint Sovereigns, there are vast differences in strength. For example, the combat power of the heavenly Saint Sovereign far surpasses that of the killing Saint Sovereign. Among Saint Sovereigns, besides the strength of their law comprehension, the rule world is also crucial. The world crystal, condensed from the essence of the Starfire realm, could help Lin Moyu construct a perfect rule world. In the mysterious master's words, rule worlds are divided into 3 levels: trash, ordinary, and perfect. According to him, most Saint Sovereigns' rule worlds are trash. Such Saint Sovereigns have little chance of advancing to supreme after completing the path of the gods. He was referring to the ancient times when Saint Sovereigns were everywhere. However, now, Lin Moyu thought that there might not be any perfect Saint Sovereigns. Even the rule world of the heavenly Saint Sovereign was just ordinary. One could imagine how high the mysterious master's standards were. Lin Moyu placed the world crystal into his soul, and the branches of the world tree wrapped around it. With a movement of his soul power, he activated the world crystal. Although Lin Moyu had not yet become a Saint Sovereign, he already had the embryonic form of a rule world. Using the world crystal early could make the formation of the rule world more perfect, helping to construct a perfect rule world. Lin Moyu knew very well that the world crystal was just an aid. To truly construct a perfect rule world, he needed his own efforts. Only by doing everything perfectly could the rule world be perfect. Everything is interconnected. Any deficiency would prevent perfection. Thus, the matter of the Starfire realm was truly resolved. But Lin Moyu had a strange feeling. It seemed like he had become a pawn, and entering the Starfire realm was not accidental but inevitable. It could only be said that the mysterious master was too terrifying, calculating even 1,000,000 years into the future.
The River of Destiny. If you can see the River of Destiny, could there be more arrangements? Why, after seeing the River of Destiny, would you let the great world reach its current state? Is there a force even you cannot resist?
Lin Moyu sighed and suppressed all his thoughts deep in his heart. This was not something he needed to consider now. What he truly needed to do now was to build a new path of the gods and then walk it. He couldn't see the distant future. He could only take one step at a time. Compared to endless calculations, Lin Moyu preferred to live in the present. Just like now, it was time for them to go back. Lin Moyu identified the direction and found that they had already left the human star domain. Fortunately, they had not left the domain world and could still find their way back. Based on the position of distant stars, Lin Moyu found their location on the star map. His expression became strange. They were in the territory of the Copper Lizard clan. Lin Moyu said,
I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan looked at each other and said in unison,
The bad news first.
Lin Moyu nodded.
All right, I'll tell you the good news first. We are back in the great world, and I have found our location and the way back.
The two were speechless. They had asked for the bad news first. Qing Fei asked,
What's the bad news then?
Lin Moyu said,
The bad news is, we are now in the heart of the Copper Lizard Clan star domain, and my warship has lost its deep space navigation capability.
Their faces changed drastically. Shui Zhilan turned pale and exclaimed,
The Copper Lizard Clan.
Qing Fei's face was also grim, gritting her teeth.
That's really bad news.
The Copper Lizard clan and the human race have a blood feud. They were once invaders of the human race. Later, Xiao Zhantian counterattacked, killing them to the point of collapse, and their original homeland was destroyed by the human race. The nearly extinct Copper Lizard clan fled into space and finally found a place to resettle. Now they have become strong again, but not as strong as before. They are not considered a strong clan but are stronger than small clans. The Copper Lizard clan is more low-key compared to strong clans like the Demons and Golden Eagles, and conflicts with the human race are occasional but not frequent. However, the blood feud with the human race remains. If they catch the opportunity, they will not let it go. Especially now that they are in the heart of the Copper Lizard clan's territory, the Copper Lizard clan will not let them go easily. Lin Moyu thought about the information he had on the Copper Lizard clan and said,
There seems to be more bad news.
More bad news? Shui Zhilan said.
Brother Lin, don't joke around. Just tell us.
Lin Moyu said.
The Copper Lizard clan seems to have allied with the Pegasus clan. We might have to face not only the Copper Lizard clan.
2045, 2045. Chapter 2045. Giving you two choices. Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan were at too low a level to understand the grand scheme of things. Lin Moyu, however, knew that ever since the human race had taken several actions, other races had been on high alert, fearing that the humans might target them. After all, almost every race had been involved in that incident back then. The humans could target any race, and based on the fate of the 3 annihilated races and the 3 silver races, it could be inferred that the humans were ruthless. Even the demon race and the golden eagle race had announced an alliance, and only by joining forces did they feel confident in dealing with the humans. Weaker races had even less to say. The Copper Lizard clan and the Pegasus clan had formed an alliance, and were looking for other races to form a larger group. Only in this way could they possibly resist the humans. This time, Lin Moyu was deep in the territory of the Copper Lizard clan, and it would not be easy to fight his way out.
Let's go first and see how the Copper Lizard clan reacts.
Lin Moyu said, controlling the warship to fly towards the human star domain. The warship was damaged and could not enter deep space, but it could still traverse the surface space at a decent speed. If Qing Fei and the others were not present, Lin Moyu could have used the 3-light talisman to return to the human domain in a short time. The warship sailed through the starry sky, passing by one star system after another. The entire starry sky seemed very quiet, and they did not encounter any Copper Lizard clan members. However, Lin Moyu knew that things were not that simple. The Copper Lizard clan was not a strong race, but they were not weak either. They had a basic defense system, and it was likely that they had already been discovered, but the Copper Lizard clan had not yet made a move. It would take at least 10 days to half a month to leave the Copper Lizard clan's territory, and the Copper Lizard clan was probably not in a hurry. Lin Moyu estimated that the Copper Lizard clan was discussing how to deal with him.
The one at the other shore realm probably won't make a move, at most sending some god sovereigns. But if a fight breaks out, it might not be a bad thing. With the intelligence capabilities of the human race, as long as there is some commotion here, the Saint Sovereigns will definitely know.
Lin Moyu was not worried. He had confidence in his own strength. Even if someone at the other shore realm wanted to kill him, it would not be an easy task. If a fight broke out, who would live and who would die was uncertain. During this half-day, Lin Moyu treated the dozen or so unconscious people. Unfortunately, their soul injuries were too severe. Although the power of life had miraculous effects on healing souls, it still required time. Lin Moyu could feel their souls recovering, but it would take some time for them to truly wake up. At the same time, Lin Moyu also felt the changes in his own soul world. The world crystal was wrapped by the world tree, emitting a faint light and continuously releasing magical energy. This energy was absorbed by the world tree, refined layer by layer, and then sent into the soul world. In just half a day, Lin Moyu felt that his soul world seemed to have become more stable. The change was slow, but his soul was sensitive enough to notice it. The world crystal contained the essence of the Starfire realm, with extremely powerful energy, more than enough to construct a rule world. And now, Lin Moyu was using only a billionth of it, far from its true potential. The soul looked at the world tree.
You seem to have benefited a lot too.
The soul felt that not only had the soul world become stronger, but even the world tree had grown stronger during the refining process. The world tree swayed gently, looking very happy. It had indeed benefited. The energy in the world crystal was very helpful for its growth. Lin Moyu had not forgotten that the world tree was still in its infancy, like a child among humans, needing a lot of nourishment to grow strong. The world crystal was the best nourishment.
Absorb as much as you can and grow up quickly.
The soul reached out a small hand and gently patted the world tree. The world tree seemed even happier, its drooping branches gently caressing Lin Moyu, showing great affection. Lin Moyu's soul began to draw runes, specifically the rune to activate the starfire. This rune was very peculiar. Lin Moyu felt that it was not a high-level rune, but it was higher than ordinary runes. But it was not an ancient rune, not as complex as ancient runes. If it were an ancient rune, Lin Moyu knew that with his current ability, he would not be able to draw it. In the words of the mysterious master, this rune was called the world-burning rune. The world-burning rune could ignite the world-burning fire, burning the world and refining it into a world crystal. The world-burning fire left in the Starfire clan by the mysterious master was activated by Lin Moyu using the world-burning rune. But that was the power of the mysterious master, not Lin Moyu's own.
To refine the world-burning fire, you must first condense the fire seed and then continuously nourish it with soul power until it takes shape. And to condense the fire seed, you need to perfect the world-burning rune.
The soul repeatedly drew the world-burning rune, and each time it formed, it quickly collapsed, unable to condense the fire seed. Condensing the fire seed was not easy. Each time Lin Moyu drew the world-burning rune, it was not perfect. But Lin Moyu was not in a hurry. He had patience. If he failed, he would try again, and it was no big deal. Drawing the world-burning rune consumed a lot of soul power, but with the world tree, the consumption of soul power was not a problem. Lin Moyu had a unique advantage, and he believed that it would not take long for him to condense the world-burning fire seed. When the world-burning fire seed was nourished into the world-burning fire, he could refine worlds. Of course, it would not be a powerful world like the Great World. Lin Moyu thought of the Tulu realm and the Soul Spirit realm. The people of these worlds were already dead, leaving behind broken worlds. Refining them could also yield world crystals, which would be good nourishment for the world tree. The soul continued to draw the world-burning rune, while Lin Moyu himself chatted with Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan. Since the 4-star domain competition, they had not met again. If it were not for Chu Xiong and Zhuang by seeking help this time, they did not know how long it would be before they met again. Cultivators were like this. Once they embarked on the path, it was normal not to see each other for hundreds or thousands of years. Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan talked about what had happened since they parted ways. They each returned to their star domains and then entered the Divine City together a few years later. The 4 of them continuously completed tasks in the outer regions of the Divine City, accumulating Divine City merits. Although they had not yet broken through to God's sovereign, their foundations were becoming increasingly solid. They were not in a hurry. They understood the principle of accumulating strength for a breakthrough. Now, they were only half a step away from God's sovereign, and it would not take more than a year or 2 to break through. Lin Moyu used the explosive luck technique to check their luck. He found that their luck was quite good, with values around 80 indicating great fortune. Indeed, they had turned misfortune into fortune, entering the Star-Fire realm by mistake and returning safely. After a day of flying, the warship slowly came to a stop.
It's a bit slower than I expected, but they finally arrived.
Lin Moyu's voice was calm, without any waves. About 1,000,000 kilometers away from the warship, an army appeared. The Copper Lizard Clan's army was arrayed in formation, ready to attack. After the warship stopped, the Copper Lizard Clan's army appeared from all directions, surrounding the warship. The Copper Lizard Clan's army surrounded Lin Moyu's warship, and killing intent filled the starry sky. The army was not small, numbering 100,000. 100,000 troops surrounding a single warship seemed like overkill. But it also showed how much they valued the humans. Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan did not show any signs of nervousness. Shui Zhilan said,
We'll have to trouble Brother Lin again.
Lin Moyu smiled.
No problem.
Then his voice transmitted out of the warship.
I give you two choices. Let us leave, or I will kill you.
2046. Chapter 2046. Hope they know when to retreat. From Lin Moyu's voice, no emotion could be discerned. However, his words were extremely domineering, leaving no face for the Copper Lizard clan. It seemed as if he was not the one surrounded, but rather he was the one surrounding the Copper Lizard clan. From the Copper Lizard clan's army, a high-ranking god sovereign flew out and shouted angrily at Lin Moyu.
Human god sovereign, come out.
The Copper Lizard clan members generally had bad tempers and were quick to resort to violence. They looked like lizards, with long, flat mouths filled with sharp fangs, appearing quite ferocious. Their bodies were covered in bronze scales, emitting a yellow glow, resembling gold. The Copper Lizard clan preferred using clubs as weapons. Even their god sovereigns were no exception. As he spoke, he waved a huge club in his hand, showing a threatening posture. The one who came out to shout was a high-ranking god sovereign of the Copper Lizard clan, and his words were not polite at all, showing no regard for Lin Moyu. He could sense that the human god sovereign in the warship was only at the second stage of the god sovereign realm. As a high-ranking god sovereign, he felt no need to be polite to a second-stage god sovereign. However, Lin Moyu was even less polite.
I'll give you 3 seconds to choose. Either get out of the way or die.
This statement not only angered the Copper Lizard clan's god sovereign, but also made the soldiers laugh. They bared their teeth, their expressions even more ferocious.
Are all humans this arrogant?
The Copper Lizard clan's god sovereign roared. With his roar, several more god sovereigns flew out, ranging from the 3rd to the 6th stage. A total of 12 god sovereigns, along with an army of 100,000, surrounded Lin Moyu's warship. 3 seconds passed in the blink of an eye, and Lin Moyu's voice sounded again.
Your laughter is uglier than crying.
The Copper Lizard clan indeed did not conform to human aesthetics. No matter what expression they had, in the eyes of humans they were just ugly. In the starry sky, the undying flames flickered, and in an instant, the void changed, as if another world had descended. The bone hell appeared silently, covering millions of kilometers of the starry sky, enveloping all the Copper Lizard clan members. Lin Moyu's calm voice came out.
3 seconds are up.
His words heralded the arrival of death. Countless hell fiends rushed out from the bone hell, transforming into reapers and pouncing on the Copper Lizard clan's army. The hellfire boiled, erupting like a volcano, falling like a meteor shower. The river of hellfire flowed in the bone hell, burning fiercely, and beneath the flames was a river of blood.
What is this? Damn it.
The Copper Lizard clan's army reacted quickly, immediately clashing with the hell fiends. The Copper Lizard clan's army instantly collapsed, torn apart by the hell fiends. For a moment, screams echoed through the starry sky, unending, as the hell fiends devoured the Copper Lizard clan like wolves and tigers. The Copper Lizard clan's proud bronze armor was no better than tofu in front of the hell fiends. The difference in strength was too great. The Copper Lizard clan soldiers were only at the God King level, and even when combined, they could barely contend with a god sovereign. And each hell fiend was equivalent to a 7th-stage god sovereign. Even the god sovereigns of the Copper Lizard clan were struggling against the hell fiends. They were surrounded by a large number of hell fiends, in a precarious situation. The only one faring slightly better was the high-ranking god sovereign. Therefore, Lin Moyu sent more hell fiends to deal with him. Living was impossible. It was just a matter of how long he could hold out. In Lin Moyu's eyes, the 100,000 Copper Lizard clan soldiers, along with the dozen god sovereigns, were just enough to fill the gaps in the bone hell's teeth. The warship set sail again, the outcome of this battle already determined, with no other possible result. Lin Moyu thought to himself,
Is the commotion too small? Can the Saint Sovereigns detect the anomaly here?
The Rune Saint Sovereign used a special method, in cooperation with the Human Emperor Network, to monitor all movements inside and outside the human race. This method was likely left from ancient times, and many events in the Great World could not escape the Rune Saint Sovereign's notice. The Copper Lizard clan was not far from the human race, and Lin Moyu thought that it might not take long for the Rune Saint Sovereign to learn of his situation. The warship continued to move away, and in the blink of an eye, the battlefield was left far behind. Lin Moyu sat in the warship, leisurely drinking tea. His soul continued to study the drawing of the world-burning rune, gradually approaching perfection. Qing Fei asked,
"If the Copper Lizard clan comes again, they might bring stronger forces."
Lin Moyu said,
"No matter, this time was just a warning. I hope they know when to retreat and let us leave. If they keep blocking us, I don't mind playing in their star domain for a while."
What Lin Moyu meant by playing was not a good thing. He spoke lightly, but Qing Fei and Shui Zhilan could sense a hint of killing intent. The humans in the Great World were educated from a young age to remember past hatreds. Killing other races was ingrained in their bones and blood. Even a gentle woman like Shui Zhilan had no objection to Lin Moyu's actions. In the eyes of most people, these other races deserved to die. They had once killed countless humans, even eaten countless humans. This was a deep-seated hatred, unforgettable for generations, for millions of years. No matter how the humans retaliated, it was not excessive. An hour later, the bone hell disappeared from the starry sky. In the empty starry sky, nothing was left. No blood, no bones, not even a trace of debris. The bone hell had killed them and cleaned up the battlefield. The hell fiends grew stronger, and the river of hellfire became more powerful, flowing endlessly in the bone hell. Because Qing Fei and the others were present, Lin Moyu did not intend to stay here for long. He only wanted to return to the human race as soon as possible and take them back. But if the Copper Lizard clan kept blocking him, Lin Moyu did not mind leaving some memorable experiences for them. Lin Moyu reviewed the information he had on the Copper Lizard clan, judging their behavior patterns. He guessed that these guys would not let him go easily. The Copper Lizard clan was not very intelligent and had a very bad temper. They survived in the Great World mainly relying on their innate abilities. The Copper Lizard clan was born with considerable combat power, reaching the super god level upon adulthood. Most of the Copper Lizard clan could cultivate to the God King level. If they couldn't even reach the God King level, they were considered the lowest of the low in the Copper Lizard clan. The world was fair. The stronger the talent, the greater the limitations. The Copper Lizard clan had many God Kings but not many God Sovereigns, even fewer at the other shore realm, and currently they had no Saint Sovereigns. In fact, many races that relied on innate abilities faced similar problems. They often started high but had low ceilings. Humans, on the other hand, started cultivating from birth and often took over 100 years to reach the super god level. Could be said that they had no talent at all. Yet, the humans had the highest ceiling with the most Saint Sovereigns among all races. 10,000 years ago, some races captured many humans to study their bloodlines, but they did not gain any valuable insights. In Lin Moyu's view, the Copper Lizard clan was just a warrior race. In ancient times, they wouldn't even qualify as cannon fodder. For such a race, the ancient sages of the human race were already very generous to give them a region to live in peace. If it were another race, they might have been directly exterminated. Unfortunately, they did not cherish it and ultimately betrayed. The warship stopped again after a day. 2047.